Hey, it's Mega, aka Art Messiah, here to save you from your art sins. How you guys doing today? I hope you guys doing well. Today we are working on a special artwork for the Spider-Man movie that just came out, Into the Spider-Verse. I had a fantastic time watching it, and I think you guys should give it a watch too. It's got some incredible animation effects going on in it, some new animation styles. It's action-packed, and it's got a lot of fun and a lot of humor, and some pretty unique storytelling. I think is really cool. So I'm gonna be working on the artwork for it. My rendition of the star of the show, Miles Morales, which was a really dope character, design. So I'm not gonna really play with the design that much, but I'm gonna do my take on it, and do it in black and white, and then I'm gonna add in a few red accents. So this is part of my video series. I call them sketch vlogs. I believe this is sketch vlog number 4. In these sketch vlogs, I do something that's a little bit of a challenge. For me, to be honest, because I draw and I have to talk at the same time. It's something I'm not very good at, and I really hope to see the progress of me being able to make these sketch vlogs as I continue both my art skills, and as I continue to practice on my communication skills, which I kind of talked about in a separate vlog. But what I want to talk today about with you guys in this vlog is a sin that I'm seeing a lot of beginner artists make, and even some intermediate artists, is how you guys approach art communities. So the talk for today is going to be surrounded by how we can make use of art communities. What are you guys not doing correctly? And I kind of want this to be an open discussion. So please leave comments below, and we'll definitely keep talking about this. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys my thoughts on this as I go ahead and get started on this drawing. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I do like to encourage everyone that's here, especially if you're interested in art, go ahead and pick up your pencil too, right? Turn on this video, grab your sketch pad, or grab your drawing tablet, whatever it is, go ahead and grab it, and see if you can follow along. I'm going to be doing this in 15 minutes. That's as long as I go with these vlogs, at least for the talking part, and I'm going to speed lapse through the rest until I complete the drawing. So here we go, we're going to jump right into it. Let me go ahead and get my pencil and everything set up. Alright, and we are ready to cook, guys. We are ready to roll. Okay, so the first thing, art communities. You guys are not making use of art communities properly, and let me tell you why. Okay, so first I want to give you 3 main reasons why you should be getting involved in art communities and why you should join one today. So number 1, art communities you can gain inspiration from. Number 2, art communities provide you with knowledge and resources. And number 3, you can gain critiques and feedback. All of these 3 things are essential for any artist to grow, okay? So we're going to go through and we're going to talk about each individually now, and kind of explain what each of these means, and how each of these can kind of benefit you, and make you into a better artist in the long run. So first up, we have gaining inspiration, right? Art communities are a great place to gain some inspiration. And let me go ahead and tell you why. It's not rocket science, people. There's plenty of artists out there, and there's a lot of good artists out there, especially now. Sometimes it feels it's a little overwhelming because there's so many artists. But there's so many good artists for you to gain inspiration from, right? It's not a bad thing that there's a lot of artists. And never think of there being a lot of good artists as it's being competition. Think of it as a way to become better and to increase your artist skill set. So I encourage you guys to join an art community to find some inspiration, right? find what inspires you, and kind of start building off of that, right? Take what artists have laid down, pick up the torch, and take it with whatever direction you want to take it. Take it with, right? Find that art inspiration on these art websites. Some of the art websites that I go to, and I can go further into these when I make more sketch vlogs, but I love ArtStation. ArtStation is a great place for professional artists to show off their artwork, and so I really love that spot. I would encourage you guys to check out there if you're looking for some artists to follow and start to get some inspiration from. Another place I'm starting to like a little bit more and more. Before I used to not necessarily hate it, but I thought it was a little amateur. That's DeviantArt. But DeviantArt is probably the largest art community there is out there right now. So that's another good one to start finding artists that you like. Oh, there's so many. You can go and search for more. This is not what the video is about. But search out some favorite artists and gain some inspiration, and that is going to be key. Because what I like to say is, if you are not inspired to draw, then why are you drawing in the first place, right? Unless you're being forced to draw, every artist needs some form of inspiration. So these websites are a great place to start to gain this inspiration. Now, moving on to number 2. Art communities are a great place to find resources and knowledge. Man, I can't tell you the importance of this one. Well, actually I can, because I'm about to. But back when I was growing up, I barely had access to the internet, especially when I first started drawing. I did not have a computer, and honestly, computers were still kind of coming to being. Some they weren't that widespread or anything like that. So I couldn't make use of this when I was growing up, right? I had to go to the library. I had to go to the library and try to find stuff that would be, something that might look helpful. And that's how I started drawing and started gaining information about what drawing is. Nowadays, these art communities, they're incredible, right? You can go on there and you can find anything and everything, from digital painting to traditional, from experts to beginners. You can find so much out there, and I encourage you guys to make use of that. People back in the day, learning art meant you pretty much had to go to an art school, and art schools were expensive, and everybody knows kind of the downsides of art schools now. It's expensive. Um, Now you can go on the internet and pretty much make your own art school. There's people providing so many free resources, and all you have to do is pretty much take advantage of that. Take advantage of all the free resources that people have made for you, and make it your own. Obviously, you can find brushes, you can find tutorials, you can find so much stuff. Okay, so that's knowledge and resources. Another thing that I found extremely helpful, especially for you beginner artists, it's like when I was growing up, I was wondering, like, how do people draw this and that? How are people drawing these landscapes to make them look so realistic? How do they do this? I had so many questions when I first started drawing. Now you can find so much online to answer a lot of those questions. So make use of that. Make use of all that knowledge out there at your disposal, at your fingertips. because people are making all this stuff, and a lot of it's for free. So make use of it. Okay, so now third, kind of the last thing is gaining critiques. Critiques are very important for artists as well. So after you go ahead and gain that inspiration and you're drawing and you found all these resources and you know how to draw and you finally come up with that piece and you're so proud of it and stuff, you need critique on it, right? Every artist needs critique. It doesn't matter if it's drawing or if you're making music. I don't care what kind of art path you decide to pursue. Um, if you don't have anyone giving you some critique and feedback, you're not going to get any better. And it's just the truth. You're not going to get any better if you do not have people looking at your artwork and telling you, hey, you can improve this or you can do this differently. Have you thought of this? Otherwise, you're going to stay at the same skill level. You're never going to try anything new per se. So you kind of need to, you know, obviously you got to start drawing somewhere, but draw something and then let people critique it. And that can be very hard for beginners. A lot of beginners don't want to ask or accept critique. But honestly, that is the best way you can start to learn a lot of these things. So don't be shy about getting these critiques. Some people have trouble getting critiques and or say that, you know, like, oh, no one wants to look at my artwork. There is so many places online that people they love sharing what they know. They love giving their feedback. They love giving their opinion. You just have to learn how to ask for it, right? You got to know where to ask for it, and that's why I keep on emphasizing like our communities are so important because you can find people that are willing to critique. That are willing to give you some feedback on your art for free, by the way, for free. And the reason that they're willing to do it for free is because it's a way for them to grow as well. And that's what so many people don't realize. And I wish more people realize is that what you give, you get, quite literally. And being a teacher, giving people feedback like that helps you just as much as a student, right? Um, so, you know, go to places like DeviantArt, you know, ask for a critique. They literally have a whole forum just for critiques. Go there and start asking around, like, hey, what do you guys think of this? What do you think of that? Right? For myself, I am a comic book artist. So I do use DeviantArt, but I also use other websites even more because they are a little bit more specific to the kind of work that I do. So I'm part of a community called Comic Fury, and it's all about comics. It's all about comic creators. So it's like find communities like that. Um, you know, find communities that you can get involved in and get critiques from specifically for your type of artwork that you enjoy making, right? Okay, so I am kind of wrapping down here a little bit. So those are the 3 reasons why I suggest that every beginner join in our community. But let me go ahead and also give you guys some cautions. Because as I stated before, you guys are out here sinning, okay? And I mean it. You guys, you know, I say you guys, I'm mainly talking to beginners. And don't take this the wrong way, because I still do this from time to time as well. But you guys are looking for so much confirmation from people that your artwork is amazing, or this and this and that and this. It's like, don't be so worried about someone giving you a like or saying that your artwork is amazing, but use these spaces to grow and to learn from people. learn from people with all kinds of experiences, all kind of knowledge, all kind of resources. And the most important thing, guys, the most important thing is that you have to give back. A lot of people get on these art websites and they just start posting their artwork. They spam their artwork everywhere, but they don't think to turn around and give back. And that is a huge thing about an art community and really any community in general. If you don't turn around to give back, then that community is not going to thrive. It's not going to keep on getting bigger, you know. Eventually it's going to completely just die out because, you know, you only have people thinking about themselves and thinking about themselves, and if you have that, then people are not interacting, people are not growing. So my final words are, join an art community, okay, to gain inspiration, right? You can make friends. You can also get knowledge and resources from art communities, and you can gain critiques. All three essential things that you're going to need as an artist, right? You don't need really anything else to become a good artist but these three things. But the thing is, people don't know how to take advantage of these art communities to get these three things. So, again, make friends on these art communities. Sure, post often, but also interact with people often. Like I mentioned, make friends, um, give them critiques. Um, you know, it should be a give and take kind of environment, right? You shouldn't always be taking. You shouldn't always be asking. You should also be giving. And that is true for any community. So guys, when you guys go out there, please give, and then you can also get some back. You know, you get what you give, right? You get what you give, and people don't understand the importance of that. That's your guys' sin, and that's what I want to see fixed by next time I talk to y'all. I'm just kidding. I make those mistakes all the time, but you know, it's just to reiterate for myself as well. But yeah, that's that 15 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick this into the time lapse and the good old time lapse, and I'll be back with you guys.